Right, so olive oil, quite a lot, I'll show you that. Olive oil. At least half a cup, I would say. That is at least half a cup. Anyway, so that's about 4 onions, medium to large size. This is going to make enough curry for about 8 big servings. Thereabouts. And how hungry you are, I suppose. Anyway, so that's the fundamental basis of the cook. Alright, olive oil, onions, or butter and onions, or whatever that curry sauce is onions and fat. Leave it on mediocre. I'm going to cook that for, well, I'm going to cook it until the onions are pretty much see-through. I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour, medium low. Don't burn them, don't get them brown, they don't want to be brown. Just want slowly cooking. We'll leave them for a while. Right, my personal spice mix is a mixture of, I'll give you that a bit of a mix. That's it really. The other very important ingredient is salt. Right, remember, looks like a lot. What's that, tablespoon and a half, 2 tablespoons? Looks a lot, but it is 10 servings. So it's actually not that much. Anyway, that's the spices ready. So we'll let the onions cook another 20 minutes till they're almost see-through, soft, cooked, not brown. And then we'll add the spices and a 1/4 pound butter. Same time as I'm doing the curry, I'm also soaking some green lentils. You know, that's 2 or 3 cupfuls of green lentils. Soaking them in cold water. Make 2 or 3 changes. I'll cook those tomorrow though. I want them to soak overnight. Cook them tomorrow and probably add half of those to the curry when it's done. Well, I didn't take my own advice and I've browned them a little bit. I didn't mean to. You've got to keep an eye on this and keep sort of stirring it round. Keep it on a low heat. Anyway, they're starting to get translucent, a bit see-through. So now's the time to add the spices and the butter. So that's the spices. A bit of a stir in. So you can see they're kind of golden browny colour at the minute. And when you mix them in, they're kind of lightish. After they've cooked for 5 minutes or so, they get darker. And that's when you can add whatever meat you're going to use, because you want the spices to have cooked. So 5-10 minutes. Personally, I put 1/4 pack of butter in at this point because I like it rich. Give that a bit of a stir. So, need to keep an eye on it, like I said. While we're keeping an eye on that, I'm just going to change the water in the lentils. read on the packet that you don't need to soak these for 24 hours, as in these days. You used to in the past, but apparently you don't need to anymore. But I do it anyway. I think it gets them plumper. Anyway, there you go. So, the other thing about the curry is you can put anything you want in this curry. Vegetables, potatoes, carrots, courgette, mushrooms, anything you like eating. And you can put that in at this stage. If you're going to make a meat curry, don't put the veg in now. Cook the meat first for however long it takes. If it's beef, it'll be an hour and a half. Braising steak, an hour and a half. Put the veg in half an hour before it's cooked, because you don't want the veg to go soggy. And I've put the lentils in, already pre-cooked. I'll put them in at the end. This is going to be a fish curry. So I'm going to put the fish in, and it's going to cook only for, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe. Anyway, make of it what you will. So these days, what I tend to put in before the meaty bits, if I was going to put meat in this, I would be searing it now. I'd be cooking it just to sort of brown it in the sauce, if you like. Once it was seared, I'd put these ingredients in and cook it for its full term. So what there, I've got a can of chopped tomatoes, 2 cans of coconut milk, and a packet of passata. So because this is a fish curry, I'm going to put them in just before I put the fish in. The spices are now pretty much done. I don't know if you can tell the change of colour, but it's kind of a bit of a lighter, paler colour. So as I say, if I was doing a meat curry, put it in there now, brown the meat for 10 minutes, and then put the wet ingredients and cook it for the time. You might leave the coconut milk until nearer the end. Anyway, fish curry doesn't take long, so I'm going to put it all in now. Curry's looking very good. I put the lentils in, frozen these ones, because I froze them after the last batch I made. I used half of them in the curry I was making, I froze the other half, so that's what's in here now. So the batch of lentils I'm making now, I'll use some of those in this, because I like a lot of lentils. And I'll freeze the other half. So the tomatoes and the tomato puree, tomato passata are in, but the coconut milk's going to go in after the fish, because I really just want that warming through. We'll come back to this. Well, that sauce is cooked. Pretty much. Make sure you get the goodness off the bottom of the pan. I'm going to put the coconut milk in now rather than waiting. So this is going to be a fish curry, so there won't be any cooking done as such. Very little. So, give that a good stir. There you go, so we've got pretty much a pan full of curry sauce. I'm going to add some more lentils into this. May add some peas into it. And perhaps some great green beans, fine beans, they go nicely with it. Before the fish. And that will be about 10 portions of curry. Let's give that another 5 or 10 minutes and then we can turn it off until we're ready to put the fish in. Right, that's the sauce done. I'll add some more lentils to it later, and then the fish, and maybe some green beans, and we're good to go. That's the lentils after 3 changes of water. They're just about doubled, I should imagine, in volume. Anyway, they're good to go. Boil them for 10 minutes and then simmer them for a couple of hours. That's what I'll do tomorrow after they've had 24 hours soaking. And the cake. Yeah, cake looks good. Nice and nearly set. So that, I don't know what time it is now. 23:02. It's not 23:02. It's 13:12. It's 13:12 now.